Hello and welcome to this episode of Sabbath Worship with Ben. Hope you all enjoy it, and as usual, we'll have a lesson and a presentation. Hope you all will have a blessed Sabbath. This week's lesson is entitled Calling Change Agents. This week's lesson is short, just about after Jesus was done teaching his disciples, and he assembled them to a mountain. And so they all worshiped Jesus, but some were skeptical about whether it was really him. So Jesus had been teaching his disciples and had showed them the truth, his resurrection from the Bible and the prophecies, and had been working to prepare them. So now he gathered over 100 people all together, and he told them that he had to go back to heaven where his Father was, but that he wouldn't leave them comfortless, and that he would send them a comforter that would be with them and it would guide them. And this is, of course, the Spirit. And so Jesus promised to send his Spirit to comfort them. That's why he ascended to heaven, so that he could be glorified, that we could receive his Spirit. So as he blessed them, he started to ascend into heaven, and eventually he was hidden by a cloud, and he was gone. So all the disciples were amazed at what they had seen. Then two angels appeared to them, and asked them why they were standing looking in the clouds. They were promised that one day Jesus would return in just the same way that he came, coming through the clouds, and he would come as he had promised, not just in the form of the Spirit, but he would come again to deliver them from the world. So Jesus' return to heaven, as we talked about, this was to be glorified, so that they could receive the Spirit, and so that even now, today, we can receive the Spirit of Christ to transform us and to give us new life, so that all of us can be comforted and we can all have Jesus in our lives if we simply ask and receive. So that's the message for this week. Hope it was a blessing. Hope it's a reminder to let Jesus into our hearts and to let him work in our lives, so that we can receive the blessings that he's promised us throughout all the ages. Now I'm going to do my presentations. Presentation is going to be based on Psalm 14. It says, "The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt, they have done abominable works, there is none that doeth good. The Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of men, to see if there were any that did understand and seek God. They were all gone aside, they are altogether become filthy, there is none that doeth good, no, not one. Have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge? Who eat up my people as they eat bread, and call not upon the Lord. There were they in great fear, for God is in the generation of the righteous. He hath shamed the counsel of the poor, because the Lord is his refuge. Oh, that the salvation of Israel were come out of Zion. When the Lord bringeth back the captivity of his people, Jacob shall rejoice, and Israel shall be glad." So what this is saying, in just the first part, it's saying that those who are foolish say there's no good, those who are evil, they've done bad, saying that there's none that does good on their own. So it's saying foolish people say there's no God, and those people are corrupt and have done bad things. But it's really all of us, because we're all evil in our hearts. We all have the carnal nature. It says God looked to see if any did understand and seek him, but none did, as we said, because of our carnal nature. They're all filthy and gone aside, which means they've gone aside from the path of right. So saying that all are evil and all have done wrongly. And it says that the workers of iniquity, so sinners, same people eat up the people as they eat bread, and they don't regard God. They're persecuting people of God, and they don't fear or acknowledge or call upon the Lord. But it says that those people, they have no knowledge, and they were in great fear because those who were righteous. So we know Jesus came to give us a new nature, and so now, even though we're all sinful and dirty, and we didn't know God, now we can know Him. It says all those who refused to know God and had no knowledge of the Lord were in great fear because God was with the righteous. And the Lord is the refuge of the poor. Finally, he ends in verse 7 by calling out to the salvation of Israel that it would come out of Zion, that it would come, which is Jesus. So we know that now that Jesus came to be our salvation for spiritual Israel, which is all those who have been saved. So it says, when the Lord bringeth back the captivity of his people, Jacob and Israel shall rejoice and be glad. So Jesus came and brought us back from captivity of sin and made us all able to receive the new life. That's the great message of salvation. It's a reminder that even though we're all sinful naturally, we can overcome through the power of Christ. That's it for this episode of Sabbath Worship with Ben. Hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a blessed Sabbath. Bye.